Alright, welcome back. So in this video, we'll talk about low content against full content books. So let's start with the production cost of low content. Well, potentially it's even $0. Even $0, because if we know how to do it, for example, crossword or those kind of drawings, that kind of stuff, we can even spend just $0. Careful though, if we spend $0, we mean we are spending our time. And when we're talking, guys, about doing self-publishing to make money, the truth comes out right away. I don't know if you noticed, but people who don't have money, they all do low content. And that's a bad sign. It's a terrible sign, because it means you're competing with tons of people. We'll see that later in practice. But for example, if you go search, I don't know, a random coloring book, you'll notice it has a sea of results. A sea. Why? Because they can be done for nothing, for zero. So lots of people do it as a hobby, but they publish in them, and even so, this publication gets in the way. Even if they're maybe badly made, still it's a published book, and it's one more space that we have to go conquer with ads. You got it? So it's a problem. So production cost is potentially even zero. So it goes from zero to infinity, really, basically. I mean, it depends. If you have to make super detailed coloring books with a tons of detailed stuffs or tons of drawing, colorings, it can even cost you too much at some point, even like $500. It depends, you know, if you do it yourself, if you delegate somebody that is an artist who does it for you. Because here is what we're talking about, they're artists. Whether full content, we're talking about ghostwriters. So production cost of full content, even here, I can tell you potentially you can do it with zero if you do it with AI. But guys, this is a business. I don't usually write books on my own. First off, I don't do them with AI if I have to. And I have an agency that writes my books, and they are professional ghostwriter, and they use very, very minimal AI. Depends on the books, obviously, as well. The point is that with full content books, I tend not to do a thing by myself. I am the strategist behind the book. I want to get used to delegate because it's a business and you have to get used to delegating things. Second, because writing books with AI, the clients, the customer notice. Depends. But I mean, ChatGPT writes grammatically very well, but it writes repetitive stuff. And I'm not saying this because I'm against it really, but it could be very repetitive, like repeating twice the same thing, but also repetitive in a sense that it says the same things maybe 3 times, but in different tones, in different ways. It makes all these paragraphs as well all the same, that you can tell that is not the best, or if you can spot it that is AI. And very often it uses terms that are not down to earth as well. You know, I mean, it uses terms like lofty, fancy, weird stuff that, you know. My writers, I know they don't write it with AI, or at least with a very minimal part of it. Our agency, for example, for our service that we handle, we absolutely don't write with artificial intelligence, but we write it with real writers because it's always been like that and it's better. AI is a fairly new thing. So obviously the cost is more, definitely more. Well, I never done a book with zero money. I never done one before. Now, ease of production. Ease of production is, many says, oh yeah, do low content because they're very easy to create. I'll tell you, I tried making low content, so I spent a lot of time and I wasted a lot of time, waste more time than full content, and all these little drawing and everything, or the crossword, you know, it takes way more time than making a full content. Imagine you sit there, I'll make a little drawing for the kid, and make the giraffe and then the elephant, and I make that other little animal to color. Guys, it turns up into a mess. You become way more creative, but in reality, publishing isn't a business about creativity in that sense. I mean, it also does stuff, but it depends. But depends what your publishing goal is. Depend also on what are you publishing. I'll be honest, if you are publishing low content, then you have to be creative, yes. You have to do the internal work of the book itself that has to be different. But it's not an easy thing. You have to waste a lot of time on it. So ease of production, I wouldn't say is that easy compared to a full content one. You can't deny that, even if you're a big fan of low content books. With low content, it's a very tedious job. I mean, even if you delegate it, imagine that. You have to explain, you have to come up with it yourself, you have to come up with the books and let them know exactly how you want it. It's not like you give a brief to somebody like a full content. You give it to them and done. What do I do instead? There is always a brief. I send it to my writers, a super simple brief, really basic stuff, and then they write the book. Done. In a flash, after 5 days, I get the book, I get it, I publish it, that's it. Bye. With low content, they're low content people lovers, you have to check all those little drawings. Check that those drawings, they're not plagiarism there. Maybe they took the image from, I don't know, Shutterstock. I mean, naturally, Shutterstock is good. You can take it from there, but you have to pay the license. And maybe you don't have the license. Or maybe they took it from another free site that you can't use it. Or maybe you make them yourself. So you're talking about an insane timing. So you get that? I mean, it's a lot of time wasted. Now let's talk about ease of selling, in the sense of whether low content or full content sells more easily. Well, it depends. I mean, basically, low content tends to sell more. I get that. Low content tends to sell more simply because they have a ridiculous price tag, like $7.99, $6.99, $5.99. So people buy them like it's nothing. But full content usually starts maybe like $13, $14.99 and never go below that amount. And there is also books that some of them they price like $30, $35. But so low content sells more, yes. But the fact that it sells, what does it really mean? It's not necessarily a positive thing. The fact that they sell better, because they sell more, but it depends on the competition. Yep, depends on the competition and depends on the price. They sell more because they have a very low price. But if there is a lot of competition, there are tons of these little books at $5.99, $6.99, $7.99. So in reality, they don't sell more easily. They sell less easily. There's too many. So really, you have to say, it depends. I tend to say low content sells more, but in reality, Anyway, let's move on to ads. Cost of ads. Here too, it depends. But there's a problem. Because now we have competition. The competition on low content is insanely high. I mean, the cost of ads will be way higher because you have to bid against tons of people with low margin. So it costs you more. So you'll sell more, sure. You'll sell more of your books, but you're probably losing money. And that's the harsh truth for all of you low content fanatics. Full content though, the cool thing is that if we go into sub-niches, the cost of ads can be medium or low. Still, it depends though. Depends on medium, low, depends on how much you can spend, depends on the price you set. And it always depends on the competition, obviously. So all of these factors, let's say production cost and ease of production are fixed. I'll say the first two are fixed, like there is no variable there. The remaining one, I mean, it depends on the competition. That's the problem with low content. The competition is sky high, and it's really sky high, and the prices are low. And low prices mean low margin. That's it. You get that. So guys, I personally don't know why people bother with low content. Actually, I do know. And probably the reason is because it's for hobbyists. There are a lot of people who make their own low content in their little room. That's the problem. They're not entrepreneur. Not even professional publisher. You're just like in your little room making your crappy books, design with your iPad, and then you publish your little book, see what happened. Or even worse, you publish a blank notebook or blank diary. That's not great, is it? Actually, it's pathetic, really. I'm sorry to say that. I'm a bit blunt, but I mean, you publish all those blank diaries and notebooks and too, that everyone in the world can do that stuff. You have to realize that if something is too easy, everyone will do it, obviously. When I personally find a sub-niche or a book that it's a pain to produce, I'm the first one to jump on it. I'll make those books. But when I see a pile of crap that everybody can do it, and even my grandma could publish, I don't do anything with it. I don't publish on that niche. For all these reasons I just listed. Because it's a chain. If the production cost is low, everyone will publish it. So there will be insanely high competition. So getting back into the chain, price, low, margin, low. It's like that the cost of ads is higher. So basically, total failure. I mean, it's like going bankrupt right away with self-publishing. And there is the people that it goes, oh yeah, I tried self-publishing and it's not working. It's very difficult. Where with full content, obviously competition builds up, but are always going to be less because fewer people are willing to invest and make quality books, period. And that's the fact. So I was telling you the reason why low content is priced so low. First, obviously, is competition. So look at the price. The second really is a matter of perceived value. Think about it. How much would you pay for a coloring book? Maximum. If you had, I don't know, a kid, a nephew, You want to give it as a gift. Come on, guys, let's be real. Maximum, how much would you pay? $12? 10? 8? And it have to be a really good coloring book. Super original. Otherwise, you sell it for 6 or 7. Whether the full content, you yourself in your life have bought them. Try and buy in a school book. Everybody bought school books, is it? How much a school book cost? It's insane. It's at least $30, $35. It depends. Dictionaries, medical books. Some of them, they cost up to $100. One book, huge book, like religious books, and so on. Even linguistic book, low books. There are tons of niches where books are just by default bought a high price. And that's the game you have to play, guys. What's the point of selling books at $7.99? I mean, try thinking about it. How many copies do you have to sell at $7.99 with ads that are insanely high? There's a tons of competitors, because the production cost is super low. Am I making a point here? All this while, you do your low content book. In the meantime, I might sell one copy at $30 and make the money that you made in a month with ads after you take away all your ads money. I mean, holy moly, do the math, guys. If you really don't have the budget, forget it. Wait until you have some budget. Otherwise, you're just wasting time and you're making it difficult for other people. Okay, if you don't have any money whatsoever, I don't know. It's okay to use ChatGPT. Maybe you'll do an average or below average book. It will come out all written well, grammatically fine, but probably it's not going to be so great like organizational level. But at least you put yourself in that super tiny niche. I'm definitely way more okay with you publishing a not so great full content book. Absolutely, rather than publishing a nice low content book. And I say this not from a quality perspective, but from a straight up probability of success point. Then don't come to me and say, yeah, but with low content, I know this guy who makes thousands of thousands. Yeah, I know him too. Don't worry. There are tons of people making money with low content. That's not the point. The point is simply that there are way more people publishing low content than full content. There's just too many people. And by the way, so you see those who make loads of sales, those who make loads of sales, they got an insane BSR. Yes, priced at $4.99. Guys, they make a tons of sales, but you want to know how much they're making after, what their margins are. I mean, these people make $1 per copy. What kind of money are making? $1 if they're lucky. Put it this way, I publish a full content book, you publish a low content book. I got a book that I sell at $30 with a BSR of about 20,000. It's way better than yours, which is a $3.99, and you got a very low BSR of 1,000. You selling 20 times more copy than I do, but you making 20 times less money than I do. Think about it. I hope you understand this. I mean, because all the copies you sell, most of them come from the ads. Ads cost money, guys. Yep. And I'd rather make one sale because it's fewer clicks, obviously, since we are paying for clicks. I'd rather make fewer clicks and few sales as possible with the highest margin possible. So, I'm sorry, if you're a low content fanatic, or if you know any low content fanatics, send them this video. They can insult me if they want to. I don't care. As long as you succeed, guys. The rest doesn't really matter to us. At least I know that I have explained it to you with fact. I mean, I've got nothing against low content. I don't really care. But the data speaks clearly, guys. And the data, Amazon give it to you. You can check it yourself. If you publish full content, the margins of success are way higher. The chances of success are way higher. And if you publish low content, you are basically almost destined to fail. Unless, obviously, you got a brand. Now, if you got a brand, you got marketing skills and you got all marketing team maybe around, you're doing stuff on TikTok, organic content, you are an influencer, you got an influencer, you pay an influencer. But we're not even talking about publishing here. We're talking about straight up putting up a production line on the market. Simply selling on Amazon, wanted to push through the Amazon ads. We just talking about self-publishing, going through it. Amazon, using the Amazon ads, and that's all we care. That's how minimal risk with minimum effort and higher profit. Okay, now, the only good thing, in my opinion, that low content has over full content is virality. Like, it goes viral. I'll admit that low content lends itself way more to going viral than full content. It's hard for a gardening book to go viral or a cookbook to go viral. It's almost impossible, really. Where the low contents, for example, what to do when you are in a bathroom, or a books for couples, or stuff like this. I'll admit that. For example, on TikTok, they work really, really well. So you can do definitely better marketing. No doubt about that. Low content has the chance to build a brand. That's for sure, guys. The point is, if you don't know much about self-publishing, you don't know much about this business in general anyway, then you don't know even much about how to create a brand, how to market yourself and everything on TikTok. So, leave that aside. Just go to the simple straight line. Okay? So it's time to wrap this video up. I hope you didn't get too much upset, but this is the reality. Now, low content, you always on time to do that. You can try experiment doing that later when you made up tons of money with your full content already. How about that? You want to experiment? You got an income coming in, nice and flowing. That's it. Try to experiment, then you'll see it yourself. Still, I think it's better to do classic, full content self-publishing rather than screwing around with a brand, because as I said, the success rate is always higher with full content. And plus here you're building skills that go beyond self-publishing. So with that said, I hope you like this video and I'll see you all in the next one. Alright guys, welcome back. So now we're going to talk about full content against low content like we did before. In theory, we're going to have a look practically what I was talking about. Okay? So we're going to use Bookbeams to help us out so that we're going to save a little bit of time. If you check my previous video on Bookbeam, on the tools, you know that we have a discount code if you're interested on. So what I would like to do with Bookbeam is finding 2, 3, 4 books each, a low content, and 3, 4 full content. Let's start with the low content so we can compare them and see how much they're making and all that stuff. So we're gonna go down to at about 20,000. Let's put 20,000 here just as reference. Then here, number of ratings, maybe you can put 180. That'll do it. And we're gonna go here and we're gonna click find books, self-publishing. Yeah, there you go. So if I go here, right, so this will present me with loads of low content books. Let's have a look. Let me find something around. These are all self-published like you and me. Low contents. Let me just have a look. Something around 5,000. Like coloring books for boys. Coloring books for adults. Yeah, we can open this one up. What else we got? Let's have a look. Always around that BSR, 5,000, 6,000, just to have a rough idea. Now, let's have a look at here. What we got around 5,000. This one, we can open this one up as well. 5,000. This is about trampoline, a battery around trap. You can, well, yeah, anything really. Even this one, 6,000. So we got what? 1, 2, 3, 3 of them here. Now we go and get. Let's have a look what we got here. Coloring book 2025, large print colors. Yeah. Then we got this one here. Mad About Easter. Another coloring book or funny book, whatever it is. Fun and creative ad-lib book series for kids. Okay, and then we have these classical farm animals coloring books. That's it. It's been selling forever. 2022. Look at that. Great. So now we're gonna pick up the equivalent 3 or 4. We'll leave everything as it is, and we're just gonna take some from here. Our usual categories. What else we can get? Religion, spirituality, yeah, and maybe health and fitness. And we're gonna get exactly the same number, 2 or 3 books, 3 or 4 books. So let's see what they give us. We're gonna get the same. We're gonna get the same BSR levels. So we are at 2,000 here. Let's go down a little bit higher, so we can compare them. This is 3,000. I got another extra page. 5,000. Okay, we are on a 5,000 page here. Right. So let's have a look. Let's have a look what we got here. The Book of Enoch. Yeah, this is 5,000. I can open this one here. This is less than 5,000. Let's move on to one page. Maybe we'll find another one that is more or less 5,000, or even a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit less. It doesn't really matter. So this one is 5,000. The Grid Survivor Projects. Let's have a look. This is 5,000 as well. Let me have a look. This is another Mediterranean diet cookbook. Yeah, we can get this. Just to, I don't want to get a book that is like, I'm not going to get this one. Let's see if there's any one more, just out of curiosity. We're going higher with BSR here, but more or less it's just to, they're always around that price. Calisthenic playbook. Yeah, let's take this one. This is what, 6,500. That's it. Okay. So this is the experiment I want to be doing. Let's take. So this is a typical adult. This is adult coloring book, not even for children. I just want to make sure that there is no colors on the inside, actually, but I don't think there is colors anyway. It's color to be made on the inside, as you can tell from the page over there. So yeah, coloring pages. This is about 5,000 BSR. So what we're gonna do to begin with, we're gonna take this as an example. I want this just so you can get this. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot, boom, copy it, go down here, I'll put that there. Fantastic. A little bit smaller. We have a little bit smaller. Thank you. So that's the one. Now we're gonna move to, we have to pick another one at least two, come on. This is what, ad libs for kids. I don't understand. Yeah, it seems fairly, let's have a look at this one. This one looks more like a typical coloring books, is it? So let me just take a screenshot of this one. Beautiful. Fantastic. Go back here. Paste this one here. There you go. We got two. Here we got our two coloring books. Wait, another. And calisthenics. Can take this one for an example. This is a nice book. Push pull squats. This is a self-publisher like you and me, guys. You notice I click on self-publishing only on BookBean. So I go back here. We're gonna put this one here. Fantastic. A little bit higher. A little bit over there. No, doesn't go. Boom. I know, guys, I'm not the greatest at these sort of things. Here you go. 1, 2. Fantastic. Now, let's go back and pick up two of the others. So this is a self-publisher, yeah, complete book of Enoch, Joshua, and Jubilees. What else we had? No Grid Survival Projects. This 26 books in one. Price tag £27. 27. Price tag $27. Mediterranean diet. Well, and we need one more. So which one should we get? Mediterranean diet. It's usual Mediterranean diet. Oh, we take this one. Should we take this one? Yeah, let's take this one. So no grid 2025. This is just an example. Yeah, just an example. We go here. Boom. So you could see in practice what's happening, what I'm talking about. So this is the other one. Yeah, fantastic. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to have a look how much these books are making after Amazon take their cut. So I'm going to put dollar here, the dollar sign, and it's going to be a little bit higher, a little bit bigger. 20, yeah, that's that. So let's go back and use our tools, what Amazon give us. So we got this one is 8 by 5 by 11, 8.5 by 11, 102 pages, and is $5.97. So I'm using shinywords.com to have a look at the BSR rank. Later, we're going to put here first 8.5 by 11, and it was 102 pages, and it was $5.99. Yeah, $5.99. Submit. So that is the royalty. That's the one. That's the royalty after Amazon take that cut. I bet you start seeing what I'm talking about. Well, let's do it. So this is 0.75. That's the estimated royalty. Farms animal. Let's have a look at the other one. I know it's gonna hurt, guys. $5.99, same. 85 by 11, 94 pages. So this is a little bit smaller. So here it's similar pages, but not similar things. Black and white, 85 by 11, and this is what? Oh, guess what? Same price, 0.75. Oh, I should have get another one, is it? This is $5.49. It's even less. Anyway, this is 0.75 as well. You get the point. What I'm trying to say. So let's actually copy this. Go here and put it there because it's going to be exactly the same. Calisthenic playbooks. Oh, look at this. Where is it? So we can take this out, and we can take this out, and we can take this out. Calisthenic playbook is 8 by 5 by 11. Is 115 pages. This is no colors as well. It's black and white, and the price tag is $25.95. So you always look at, as you know, you always look at the full price, not so the full price is the one that has been striked. This is what Amazon pay you. So $25.95, 115 pages. So if we go here, 115 pages, the format is the same. What was that again? $25.95. You see where this is going? $25.95. Bosh. So it's $12.62. You can see that? $12.62 after Amazon takes that part. So we go here and oh, no. So here I'm just gonna put $12 what? 62 or something? I think it was, yeah. $12.62. Yes, $12.62. Great. Now let's get the other one. A little bit cheaper. Oh no, actually no, $27. Let's say for let's say this is $17.32. I don't wanna this is gonna be too much otherwise. You think I've been doing this on purpose. Let's say this book costs only $17.32. Okay? So $17.32, 8 by 5, and is 154 pages. And is not in color as well. Okay? So 154 pages at 17.32. 154 pages, 17.32. That's not the price, but this is, let's say, pretend this is the price. So this is 677 now. Okay? So 677, I go here, and I'm just going to put 677. Okay? Now, we have these. What we're going to be doing, we're going to put here number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Make them bigger. So now we have this one. Let's open a different page. And we're easily going to put number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Too small. Let's put them at 40. There you go. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Imagine we all have the same 5,000 BSR. So if I go here and I put 5,000 BSR, which more or less it was 44 books per day. It's a lot of books. 44 books per day selling. So now we're going to get our calculator and we're going to put 44 times 0.75. Those two low content books is $33 in a day. So we're going to head off here and we're going to put equal 33 per day. Equal 33 per day. I know it's suffering, is it? That means in a month, they're making $990. Both of them. $990 monthly. The other one is 677 times 44. Per day is 297. And per month is 8,930. This one is 1262 times 44. 555 per day. And that gives me a monthly income of 16,658 per month. Now, I obviously choose two low content that they had the same price at the end of the day, so I should have varied a little bit, but I hope you get the idea. One of the full content is making $6,000. Sorry. One of the full content is making $16,000. $16,000. The other one is making $8,900. The other two are making $990. Both of them. So, am I making my point clear? That this is factual. Amazon gave me these figures, and I was able to calculate how much a book is making. So this, after all your time and effort on your low content book, this is what you're gonna get. That's it. Make it bigger. That's what you're gonna get at the end. So you know what I'm trying to say? There is variables, obviously. If these two full content books were in colors, the price would have been low. The price would have been lower. Yes, I agree. Still, nonetheless, the effort that you're gonna put in to try and sell a book like this after you've done it, after you create it, and how much you're gonna spend in ads and your return. Sometimes if $0.75 is your income after Amazon take its part, you might end up spending more than that per click for the ads. So it's a no-brainer. I hope this opens your eyes up, guys, especially for all of you low content fanatics. I hope this clears it once and for all. So what we do here is full content. Let's keep that in mind. And this is the main reason why. If anybody's challenging you about it and asking you why you do low content, why don't you do low content and you do full content? And this is going to be the reason why. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. I'll see you all in the next video.